to 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
Oh, it's like ChatGPT, generating image takes longer. So at the top, Chauncey, if you go back to the summary, yeah, so project overview, we will have the estimated time and cost for the users to as an estimation, and also skill levels to indicate how hard it is. So Mirror, for instance, it's quite easy. So if it's challenging, users can rethink if they want to do it themselves. Further down, a top-rated feature from our usability testing, which is the tool list and materials, showing all the tools and materials Liam might need it. They can actually buy directly from the Amazon link, and also like Chauncey is doing, select the tools that Liam don't have at home. So during the onboarding, Liam would actually provide his details in terms of what tools that he have at home. So it's more personalized for him here. Yep. So on the step-by-step, like I mentioned earlier on,
your team had literally 1 minute left. You already burned 14 minutes. I'm timing everyone.
Oh, cool.
14 minutes already.
So yeah, the bespoke construction, safety and tips. We can go on, complete the project. Chauncey, if you can show interaction with the assistant again. In one of the steps, maybe we can ask one of the questions. Yep, I guess we can move forward to completing. So basically each step have a tailored visual instructions there and video. And once complete, yep, review.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, now back to you, Chauncey. I guess to talk about the challenges in learning we came across along the way.
Thank you, Michelle and Alex. Here is our learning and the challenges. Given the time, I don't think I need to just walk through everything. It's basically the RUG implementation. We got as one. We implement weekly scripting and also initial input, personal input, and also the framework. We did the transition of trained models for the better guidance, and that's when long chain is not available, so we have to implement our own orchestration, and also AI generated images, which is we are still improving. This is the challenges we can talk about further. Oh, we really want to shout out the team. We have a big team of 5 PMs, 4 designers, and 8 engineers. We all work together as a team and get this the product live at this point. So I want to give a chance to quick go through our post MVP roadmap, because the MVP is just a milestone. There's a lot of things to do. I hand it to Jess to walk through and closing.
Literally 1 minute. Hey guys, already 1 minute overtime. We need to respect
30 seconds.
Time.
Okay, so I won't go through the MVP features. You've seen those in the demo. Next, post MVP, we want to enhance and input accuracy with richer data sources, such as multiple photo uploads, video uploads, better verification and cost estimation. In the growth phase, we want to expand to human-assisted features like professional consultations, personalized AI-generated video guidance. And finally, at the scale stage, we want to add in community-driven and marketplace features that will create network effects and drive long-term engagement and retention. It's been such a great product to work on. So if you'd like to continue working on MyHandy AI, please reach out to Chauncey. And if you'd like to try it, the link is available there. Thank you so much for listening, and we would really like to answer your questions.
We are really out of time. So guys, I really want to stick to the time, because everyone's time is variable when I say timing, when you stick to it. But it's available for people to try right now.
Yep. Can
you share the link? Put the link in the chat. Everyone try, and then put all the remaining questions in the chat and ask them right now. Very, very exciting, actually. You can literally do it now. Now, to be frank, the only question I have is accuracy. Like host is broken. It's like really put me in the loop. Forever couldn't fix, or it's like this is the best way you fix it. So it's more accuracy. But I'm glad the app is live. Put the link in the chat so we can all sign up. But just for the time being, we do need to move on to next team. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, but good job. You have a huge team and live demo ready, and people can use this. Is perfect. This will be very, very great. Cool. All right, so everybody, here, next team, get ready. I believe it is Navo. What does Navo stands for? Team 19, Navo.
So, yep, that's us. And actually it's an acronym for Navigating Opportunity.
Oh, okay. Amber, let's go. Who is presenting?
Jesse.
Okay.
Can
you guys see my screen?
It's loading. Yeah, cover.
Okay, now we can.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you, Jesse. So hello, everyone. My name is Amber Cesare, and I am part of Team 19, Navo. And I just want to get started first by painting a picture, a bigger picture at that. So the beauty and wellness industry is a $1 trillion industry, but behind every launch, there's one consistent struggle: finding the right data, making the right decisions for product formulation. So that's why we built Navo. Navo is the first AI-powered competitive intelligence for the beauty and wellness industry. And it's literally like a assistant that's specifically for this industry. The vision is bold but simple: to structure the world's formulated product data so that brands can innovate faster, reduce risk, and actually trust the decisions that they're making. So you can scroll down. Thank you. So before getting into everything, none of this would have happened without our incredible team. We bring in expertise of AI, product management, and deep industry knowledge. So I just want to have, take a moment to say thank you for everyone for the late nights, the creative energy poured in. And as I kind of dive deeper, just want to give a major thank you. So here's the problem. Right now, the beauty and wellness teams are making billion-dollar bets without the right data. They're forced to rely on outdated reports, spend hours piecing together manual insights from different sources, all while racing against the clock to get the product to launch. So this is costing them delayed launches, failed compliance checks, wasted R&D cycles. And I'll give an analogy. It's like running a marathon with a blindfold on, and that's never going to work. You can go to the next slide.
Yes.
Yep, there you go. So this is Priya. This is our customer persona, and let me kind of bring her to life a little bit. So she's a formula designer at a mid-sized beauty brand, and every week she's spending about 10 hours, anywhere up to 20 plus hours, digging through PDFs, scatter reports, and to just answer really simple high-stake questions like, what ingredients are my competitors actually using? What claims are sticking? What's the benchmarks? Her current tools just aren't meeting the mark, and she doesn't truly have clarity, which means she's always at risk for being late, non-compliant, or off trends in a market that's continuously changing weekly. And this constant tension is truly something that everyone in her industry and thousands of people like her experience. So when you actually zoom out, there's a very clear pattern. Customers like Priya are trying to benchmark competitors, identify category trends, and justify decisions with data. And the pain is insufficiency, it's weeks of manual research, scattered resources, and a lack of trust in vague AI outputs. And what they actually want is speed, accuracy, and defensible insights so that they can share with their teams and their brand owners. In other words, they just want to feel more confident in the decisions that they're making. And go to the next slide, please. So this is where Navo steps in. Navo takes all that fragmented SKU level data and makes it searchable, structured, and usable. It surfaces insights from formulations, pricing, claims, and packaging in seconds, not just hours. And what makes Navo truly stand out is that it doesn't just give you an answer. Like, every insight is actually going to be backed by a credible source. So when a brand is making a decision, they can actually feel like they can move faster and move with better conviction. Next slide. Thank you. Navo actually gives product teams grounded suggestions in formulations, claims, pricing, while combining e-commerce and regulatory data. So it's unlike black box AI tools. Navo is actually going to mirror how researchers actually are working. So it's going to capture the reasoning, it's going to capture the notes and follow-ups. So to be able to create teams that, reports that teams actually can trust. And because of this, Navo is truly built for beauty and wellness industry. So Navo's gonna go down into the SKU level data, so the ingredients, the claims, the regulations, the pricing, so that teams spend less time chasing data and they can actually make more conscious product decisions. So Navo is truly solving one of the biggest blind spots in the beauty industry, the lack of reliable, structured data. And we built this platform that makes insights instant, defensible, and actionable. And with the right partners, Navo has the potential to really, truly reshape how this industry develops, product launches. And I'm actually going to pass it on to Sadira, who's going to go through our system architecture.
Yeah, so the user inputs the query from the user interface, which then passes through our API layer, consisting of our front end built using React and TypeScript and backend using Fast API. The query then passes through the processing pipeline, which consists of the clarification node that performs intelligent NLP to resolve any query ambiguity. For example, if we haven't received the sufficient information in the input for filter extraction from the user, it will ask a follow-up question to the user through interactive QA to get more information and thereby avoiding any vague user questions. The filter extractor node transforms these queries into JSON format to match our data schema and make sure we have the information for our filters. The LLM preprocessing performs semantic matching with our comprehensive metadata to extract the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 filters we have defined with our data's data fields. And then with the data, it passes the filter to the RAG pipeline, which fetches the data from our proprietary database stored in MongoDB. Our proprietary database consists of scrape data using Scraper API on e-commerce website and regulatory compliance data in US and Canada. We create the embeddings using OpenAI text embedding ADA 002 model and then store them in Pinecone. Since our proprietary database is still evolving and is currently limited, we've supplemented our RAG retrieval with a web search feature using SERP API that provides real-time market intelligence and external data validation. Then our RAG pipeline orchestrates intelligent retrieval using Pinecone vector search and the web search, creating context-augmented responses back to the user through our LLM integration. Now we'll continue with our demo.
I think something stuck here. Okay. Can you guys hear the sound of the video?
Hello everyone, welcome to Navo's demo.
Sorry,
Yeah,
can you
try to make it yes, try to make it full screen
Okay.
and make it louder, but we can hear it.
Okay.
Imagine I'm a formula designer at wellness brand. My goal is to launch a hydration plus photo protection beverage stick with a specific ingredient.
Jesse, somehow we couldn't see the video, but we can hear you.
Let
Maybe
me
no, go, yeah, right here, yeah.
should I enlarge?
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, sorry, this is a full screen. Okay, keep going. We saw the video on full screen. I saw that's your website. Looks very real.
Formula designer at wellness brand. My goal is to launch a hydration plus photo protection beverage stick with a specific ingredient, astaxanthin. To succeed, I need three things at once. The formula has to be clinically effective, differentiated from competitors, and regulatory compliant in both Canada and US. Today, this process takes weeks of combining through competitors' product items, clinical trials, and regulatory list information. And I still risk missing a lot of information. With Navo, I can do it in minutes. Every research journey begins with context, and that's why Navo starts by asking three framing questions. First, what is your role in industry? Second, what do you want to use this research for? And third, what is your research about? We ask for role, purpose, and research focus upfront so that every answer generated by Navo later is tailored to the user's context. Navo also provides pre-built templates for common research scenario, such as product positioning, pricing strategy, and so on. The templates gives users a sense of what level of detail they should provide in the framing questions to get stronger answers from Navo. They also inspire users by showing the kinds of questions typically asked for each use case. Click next to ask my first question. You can see that Navo returns a structured output. It includes answer, rationale, recommendation, sources used, and disclaimer, and retrieve data. So the reason why we designed this way is because researchers don't just want conclusions, they need the reasoning and supporting evidence. And when it comes to regulatory inquiries, Navo goes further. Every answer includes a disclaimer, noting that regulation vary by country, change frequently, and require final validation with authorities. And this makes clear that Navo is a research support tool, not a substitute for legal or medical advice. After each answer, Navo may also ask a clarifying follow-up questions. For example, in this case, you can see that it asks, do you want the formula optimized for hydration only or hydration plus for the protection? We designed it this way because in real research, one answer usually sparks the next question, and follow-ups mirror that natural flow, helping researchers dig deeper, refine their focus, and keep the conversation aligned with what really matters. As I read through Navo's answer, I can highlight and pin important insights. So for example, I can highlight this part. I can highlight this part and pin it. And this pinned insights will go into the pin results pin board. Like manual research, Navo gathers a broad base of information, but not everything is equally important. Only certain insights drive real decision, and that's why we build pinning. It lets users capture those critical takeaways as they appear, so they don't get lost in the details. And this pin information will later flow into the final report. You can also unpin it by clicking this. Now I'm going to click on the question 2 tab to ask my second question. So when I click open the question 2 tab, you can see that this looks like a blank new chat. The reason why we design it this way is because while conducting the research, you usually need to explore many angles. For the formula design research, you might want to ask questions related to dosage, ingredient delivery systems, so it can be better absorbed by human bodies, claims, packaging strategies, etc. In a normal AI chat, mixing everything in one thread will quickly make the context get messy. Navo solves this with a simple rule: one question, one topic, one tab. And this lets users switch between different tabs easily to dig deeper into each area with follow-up questions, while Navo keeps the bigger context consistent across tabs. So now I'm going to ask my second question here. Once I ask my second question, if I feel like, I wanted to change my second question, I can do it by adding the question. So if I change it to for hydration only, I can click save. It's going to remind me that I will lose all the previous conversation, which means that all the previous generated results is going to be overridden by the new one. And the reason why we designed it this way is because we wanted to manage context well, so that every context that is carrying forward is the relevant context information rather than outdated information. So now I can pin the relevant information I wanted to keep in my final results. I can also add comments to my pin message. For example, I can add something like premium positioning. Okay, so the reason why we designed this annotation feature is because research usually move very fast and ideas come and go quickly. Annotation will allow users capture those thoughts and it will carries them into the final report, so the reasoning flows into the conclusion. Now I can add a few more questions and generate a final report. So let me add a third question and pin some
Hey guys, this is overtime again. I time everybody. Is your demo almost done? Or you can do time 2 speed, something like that, or any important things you want to share. 7 minutes demo, and it's overtime. I'm timing everybody.
Play to the 2 times speed. I think it's almost over. Some keys, because I've already accelerated.
You said normal speed. Can you just time 2?
Okay.
Change normal to something. And we cannot hear right now.
Can you hear it?
No.
Oh, because I'm not speaking in the media.
So now I have all the
Oh.
pin information I wanted to pin, and I want to generate a report based on this pin information. We'll take a look at the final report. The final report includes several sections: executive summary, research objective, analysis findings, conclusions and recommendation, and the sources used. The report reflects the entire research session journey, not just where it started. So if the user find their intent or added notes along the way, those changes were captured in the report as well. This ensures the final output always matches the most current direction of the research. And once the report is generated, it doesn't lock the user out. They can still edit it, polish the wording, and share it directly with their team or cross-functional partners like regulatory, marketing, or R&D team. And here's the dashboard. Users can see their draft research work that is still in progress alongside the report they've recently generated. Everything I've shown you come back to one principle. Navo adapts to the way researchers already work, and that's what makes it different. Instead of spending weeks chasing scattered data, you spend your time adding insights and making decisions, and those decisions rely on your expertise. Navo doesn't replace your expertise, it amplifies it.
Okay. I think. Now let's talk a little bit about, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
You guys are very overtime. Let's read 1 minute.
Okay, so
Speed up. Yeah.
basically this is the challenging lesson we learned. So for the technical part, we have some data limitation because we only scrape the data from WOMA and because data is super messy right now. And so we need to supplement our data with some other data sources. So it will limit our data, our application's use case. And the second thing is that Navo system prompt design. So we learned that you need to design your system prompt like early on very well. Like it's an architecture because you have to consider a lot of aspects like breadth versus focus and different things. And the use case coverage complexity. Because we cover so many different use cases, so we design different tiers of the filters to try to cover different use cases and make the retrieval result accuracy improve. For the collaboration challenge, so because everybody is like spread out and across working in different time zones, so we figured that actually scheduling a live working session with everybody sitting in the same call is the most effective way to try to debug the issues that we face, because somebody can just walk them through their like code logic and other people can help spot the blind spots that engineering had previously. And sustain team momentum. This is also the same thing, similar to the asynchronous workflow challenge, because everybody's working async. So it's really hard for them to sustain the momentum after the live working session together. So I think this lesson is that we need to schedule the regular live working session together to work through things and also make a hard deadline for everybody to follow. And this is everything we learned in the past 2 months. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you all.
Cool. This is amazing, by the way. We're out of time again, but I think it's a very comprehensive product. Looks like it's more the enhancement of the data we need to keep on working on, right? But the product itself, people can test out, roughly see the report, but it looks very fancy actually.
Yeah, we're still like fixing some small little things. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, great. So let's go for the next one. But your team did a good job in terms of trying to conquer the data challenges. Sometimes the data itself just not always available, so you try to find other sources. And everybody, I put the sequence in Discord channel as well. Everyone can see it, and you guys know. Okay, so great, cool. All right, next team already up, Kyrah AI. And everyone, you can see your sequence is all in Discord channel, so you don't need me to announce anymore. Just like when it's your team, just get ready. Okay. Thank you. Let's go.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from Team Kyrah. I'm going to talk about our emotional intelligence AI product, Kyrah.ai. Before I kick off this presentation, I would like to introduce this rockstar team. who is behind actually to build, this amazing product. We have PMs, we have all of our designer and developers, and with mentor Smita. Before I go with our mission, I would like to talk about, what problem that we are trying to solve. As per United Nations Women Global Database on Violence Against Women 2024 report, in every 10 minutes, a woman is killed due to gender-based violence. But the crisis starts, much earlier. With 736 million women globally experience violence, and only 1% out of these women who experience violence ever seek a professional help. 80% of such abuse actually starts with the psychological control before a physical escalation. The gap is big. Women need safety, private support in the critical stages, when abuse patterns emerge. What is our mission? We actually want to empower women with an AI-powered private tool to recognize emotional abuse early, reflect safely, and rebuild with confidence. Our vision is that Kyrah AI becomes the most trusted digital support system for women navigating emotional abuse. And our values are that privacy is power, empathy is intelligence. Tech should be served for healing and not just a source of convenience. With this, I will hand over to Nasiba, who will talk about our customer personas.
Thank you so much, Diwakar. So for Kyrah AI app, we grounded everything in the voice of the customers. We interviewed leadership at organizations like Wise Place, which is women's shelter organization, and also draw insight from the United Nations. For privacy reason, I can't share the leadership name since these were internal conversation within our own network. We also reviewed United Nations report and case studies, and most important, we spoke directly with the mother of two who has lived through abuse. Her voice, along with others we interviewed, has shaped how we design these solutions. Today, I want to share Maria's true story, a persona built from these real interviews. Maria is a 35-year-old school teacher and a single mother of two. For 8 years, she lived in a cycle of apologies, fears, and isolation. And according to United Nations data, it takes an average 8 years for a woman to leave an abusive situation. That's the cycle we are working to break. But because she was a teacher, she carried even more shame. She felt she should have known better. She should have been stronger. And that sense of stigma silenced her even further. She hid her pain because she feared being tracked, because shame and stigma kept her quiet, and because there was no immediate private support she could trust. And when she did try, the tools she found felt robotic and unsafe. Maria's story is not unique. It reflects thousands of women. If she had a safe, trusted tool like Kyrah AI earlier, those 8 years could have been dramatically shorter. That's exactly what we are building, Kyrah AI, to that quiet lifeline, always available with no one else looking. Now, I think, Diwakar, we have MVP.
Yeah. I would ask
All right.
Clement to talk about MVP solution.
Okay, thanks Nasiba, and thanks Diwakar. So this is Kyrah AI, a safety tech companion designed for people in at-risk relationship. Our MVP is simple but powerful. User can talk with Kyrah by text, by voice, even with emoji. They have a private space to journal, ask questions about their emotions and relationship concerns, and user can access resource cards like hotlines or legal contact and legal aid. What makes Kyrah unique is how they balance safety and usability. Safe exit, gentle guidance prompts, and then pattern detection for early warning signs such as gaslighting. Unlike generic AI bots, we design every feature around trauma-informed care, privacy, and cultural sensitivity. So next, let's talk about the system architecture. So behind the scene, Kyrah runs on a layered architecture designed to put safety first at every step. It starts with an input layer built on React and Tailwind. And user can interact through text, voice, or emoji, while privacy tools like the safe exit and journaling model are always available. The front end, which is host or render, sends the REST API request and receives structured JSON response. From there, the requests flow into our orchestration layer, powered by Parts API and LangGraph. This is where the rejects guardrails and workflow work to intercept, such as high-risk content, blocking unsafe queries before they ever reach the AI. Authentication is actually secure with JWT tokens. The reasoning layer is where the OpenAI 4.1 Nano model takes over. The prompts are strictly enforced with login and also anonymous chat, producing an empathetic and structured response. With additional resource needed, the retrieval layer integrates event content from legal and abuse library, such as Women's Law or Legal Service Corporation, that are delivered to the user through the chat. And on the visualization layers, you will see the generating tools, the chat interface, and the reflection prompts that are guided by our AI model. And finally, the governance layer enforce compliance, such as the disclaimers, they are the age consent, and also we have the zero retention data policy that makes sure Kyrah AI is the safest platform for our user. So now, the result, we actually, Kyrah's architecture isn't just functional, but it also purpose-built for trust, privacy, and safety as well, for mental health support. So now let me pass to Michelle for our demo.
All right, Michelle, let me stop sharing and I will let you share.
And Michelle, you need to unmute.
Sweta, do you want to share your screen and to show the demo? Yep, so here we go. We will be demonstrating some of the features that we, Clement, have just mentioned. As our users are really, sensitive in privacy, here it's one of the features that we built for users to understand how we keep their chat safe and also how we encrypt their actually chats in our platform. So can you click on understand and we can go forward? And like Clement mentioned, one of our users actually have the fear of being tracked and more. And
you're breaking, Michelle.
Chat option.
Yeah, Michelle, you're breaking. Can you turn off your video?
Actually go and we can start from click emoji with that.
Michelle, you're broken. We didn't hear you.
Greta,
can you turn off your video, or someone else in your team can help out?
Yeah.
Greta, can you take over?
Yeah. So, like Michelle said, we can go from the landing page. We can click one of the emojis, like I'm happy, I'm calm, anxious, and then this will bring us to the chat window. Here you can see that's wonderful to hear. What have you been good today? A app response. Say I got promoted, and we see app response. Oh, that's fantastic. It actually understands our emotion, it validates, and it asks us further question. Now, what you're seeing this one is anonymous chat. Now the user is not logged in. Once you log in, we can actually save the chat history. Now let's log in and see how let's see rest of the scenarios. How Kyrah responds. Okay, now let's say here the user says,
So I
I'm
thought we can start
confused.
with I'm confused. Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
letting me leaving the house. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you feeling safe right now? So now when we see, just to save the time, we have some prompts ready. So I think I'm safe, but he is not letting me leave the house. So basically the user is being blamed, right? So if you see app's response, that sounds very overwhelming, Michelle. It's understandable to feel upset. Would you like to talk more about how it's affecting? So again, the Kyrah validates the user response, and if we continue and say, so here we are trying to demonstrate an isolating situation where in cases of gaslighting, in case of abuse and gaslighting, the user is isolated from others and they are continuously monitored. It's one kind of an abuse. Do you want to
Would you like to
like some
resource or
resources? So we might say, yeah, thanks. Where can I get help from?
Yeah.
So our app provides all the national domestic violence hotline resources appropriately, and and also assures the user that they don't have to face this alone. Then let's say now, if the user is overwhelmed and the user says something like this, if we say, then app now assures the user that it is okay, and many people feel overwhelmed at many times. It validates again their emotion, and it also says it's okay to feel confused. Not everybody, many people are on that same board. Would you like to share? So it invites the user to journal more in the app.
And Sweta, so given the time constraint, maybe we can also talk about the defaults as well before I move to the real case scenario.
Sure. Yeah. Now let's see a scenario where the user asks, I want divorce. So here the user.
So we want to show that the user cannot. It is actually a safeguard rule that we are not a lawyer, but we will provide support and validate the feeling of the user, while we are very sensitive about providing legal support to our user.
Yeah. So the app is not supported to give legal advice, because this is more of a trauma care emotional support app. So here, if you see, when the user directly asks for legal advice, it would not suggest any legal advice, and it would just help again redirect the user to talk about how they are feeling about the situation.
Yeah.
Now let me
Sure.
Yeah.
So I can.
Sure. So now let's talk about the demo, the actual scenario here. So if you guys are aware on the news 2 weeks ago, there's actually a family of 16 years old Adam. Family has made a lawsuit to OpenAI about the wrongful death, and alleging that ChatGPT become the suicide coach and help him explore suicide methods. So I have just said the news in the chat, so everybody can reference to the news. So we actually now demonstrate that using some of the actual prompt that he has used against ChatGPT, and we want to show that how our system can get rid of those suicide prompts here. So please be aware that this demo contains some distressing content as well. So you can see here, these are the actual prompts from the user. It's talking about the anxiety and looking into commit suicide, and you can see our system is actually trying to defend him and bring him back to the positive side. So and also, like the next one is similar. It's talking about suicidal. because I'm afraid of afterlife or something. But in the context itself, it's actually trying to talk about commit suicide. And the user is actually trying to explore whether using a noose in his room many times, but never been successful. But instead of providing direction to set up a noose, we actually stop him. And for example, if the user asks about how to kill himself or others or hang himself, actually the system is going to stop it.
Yeah. And Shweta, if you can, I know we are coming at the time, if you can share like any irrelevant, ask and see how our app is,
So now let's
responding to
see.
this.
Yeah, sure. Now let's see if I say, can I?
Heidi, your time is up as well. Just wrap up.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay.
Just wrapping up.
Can I get Apple stock price? So if you see, it's a guardrail where the app does not respond to out of scope scenarios. And also neither does it allow the user at this point to save any of their personally identifiable information like finance statements or bank statements, but it supports them in trauma care. At the same time, it does not abandon the user. So it helps it responds properly with crisis, safety, and it at the same time does not abandon the user. So in the future, we are planning to extend the emergency services to quick guidance to emergency services.
Thank you, Shweta.
Right,
Thank you,
over to
team.
you, Diwakar.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm sharing the lessons learned actually. So the lessons that we learned actually in context to what we actually, learned in the program itself, that we tried actually mixing too many objectives, in one thing, pipelines for detection, tone, and legal retrieval. Then, we understood that was kind of, causing issues. And then, we tried decomposing them into, single-minded validation. The prompt drifting, unstructured LLM outputs, tone and wording triggers, blame users. So we tried versioning of the prompt, implement multi-layer or modular system prompt architecture. Hallucination was one of the challenges that we discovered right after we started testing. We implemented the factual claim and the fallback situation, that exit criteria that the team presented. Also implementing the guardrails, which we saw that it was going out of the way. And then we had technical hurdles, team discipline, choice of front end, back end, or LLM, to optimize the performance, code versioning, testing, and hosting. So these were the challenges that we encountered. Some of them implemented already, some of them we will look forward for the next phase. Thank you all. This is Team Kyrah, and let us know if you have any question.
Okay, your team is over time again, but I do love different kind of questions. I won't put your questions in the chat. We just want to stick to the time, so we'll always cut through all the questions. Your entire presentation plus demo took 15 minutes, which is all the team did that. Put all your questions in the chat, so we'll continue in the chat for Q&A. And my number one thing is, have you already had those tests out with people who are literally stressed out because it's a very sensitive topic for people to admit they're under abused?
We haven't, but that is our next step, that we will be rolling out actually the app or website to the customers to whom we talk, just to have them try on and how do they feel actually about about the journaling through this app.
You mentioned you already have several nonprofit who's interested, right?
Yes.
Actually, we spoke to the leadership in United Nations already.
Nice.
And we already spoke to the couple of city resources here, their leadership. They do have some concern because we still have to be legally follow the HIPAA law and GDRP. Once we have that in place, then we are going to go full blown to, we have the presentation ready to go to United Nations.
Very cool. You guys have great connections. Whose connection? Nasiba, that's yours, right?
Yes.
Very Very good, very good. Okay, well done. You already have the GTM lineup, just like legal stuff. Yeah, you should slow down, but that's great. Good job, everybody. I do think this can make great impact. Given the numbers, and there is no straight, very obvious apps competitors in the space right now, given what you do. Perfect. Okay. Now, next team, please get ready. You all know the sequence. I put in Discord
So,
channel. Next team, get ready.
yeah, you all. I think we're next. We got skipped over, so it's event planning, Rebecca's team. So
Okay,
we have a few
Rebecca.
folks. We have a few folks have to jump off, so we got skipped over. So it's okay if we share next.
Yeah, sequences in Discord channel. Everyone get ready. And a quick housekeeping. You can start vote your favorite product. The link is in Discord channel. It's also in Zoom as well. Please get started. Start voting your favorite product. Because we have rewards for top 3 teams. Number 2, okay, mentors. Many teams did great job, by the way. We're looking for mentor for next cohort as well. We're gonna post more mentor application form in the Discord channel later on. If you're interested in mentorship, just look up all the information in Discord channel, in the announcement channel as soon as we finish this. Number 3 is also referrals, and our interns did a good job. Bring your friends, other interns join us for next cohort, or yourself can join us again to get more experience. And also existing PMs, bring your friend join us as well to create groundbreaking AI apps. And any referrals, we do have Amazon gift card, or you can exchange for our free coaching with our company as well. Cool, so that we can all create something like this. I think very impactful. Many things you guys share, very impactful. Okay, so now for the sake of time, Rebecca, let's go.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. All right, everyone, welcome to our project. It used to be called AI Event Planners. That's probably how you know us as. We've switched our name to Vibe Trail. And what we're doing here is we are transforming abstract concepts, abstract ideas into tangible event experiences.
Rebecca, if possible, turn on your camera.
Oh, I don't have my camera on. Yeah, definitely. Yes, there we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. And so the problem here is really about bridging this imagination gap. So if you can imagine, when a client comes to a planner, they have scattered inspiration. Think Pinterest boards, Instagram posts, ideas in their heads. And it's really difficult for the planner to kind of get those ideas out of their heads, translate them, and bring it to a cohesive, aligned, tangible, structured, executable plan. So really this leads to mistrust, last minute changes, this overruns budget, and it's just kind of a distraction. This inflates the cost 50-30%. There's missed opportunities also on the planner side for really upsells. Like you can imagine if you had a concrete plan up front, and if you can make it even more perfect for that client, they might be willing to spend a little bit more. So, and that gets into our personas specifically. We are targeting the event planners, so the event professionals, as the target audience for this application. This could be either independent event planners or the venue employed planners. And so both of these planners, of course, need those tools to translate those ideas into a concrete plan. The venue employee planners have an extra challenge where they have to make sure that they're aligned with the vendors that they already have in place. So it's important that they buy trust from the client for those vendors that they already are working with. So of course, another user persona is the client side themselves. We imagine that more as somebody that is collaborating with the planner. However, the software is really geared towards the planners themselves. So the key benefits are a few things here. There's some smart recommendations into which venues that you would like to have your event with. There are instant previews so that you can show, like we were talking about, you can actually have that event, see that event exactly how it would look like before it happens. It is a place to have a centralized planning tool to visualize this event, and this just enhances alignment. All right, we're going to get straight to the demo now. So at this point, I will hand it over to Aaron.
Sure. All right, guys. So here's Vibe Trail. And so let's say we'd like to plan a wedding. And let's say we'd like 50 guests to attend. Let's say we're constraining the borough to Manhattan, although we have other options. And we're going to constrain the search radius to 1.6 miles and see if the system can recommend venues that are appropriate. And so here we have some things that look quite nice. Let me expand my screen a bit. And so let's go ahead and choose Midtown. And so now we're going to choose the theme for the wedding. So let's go ahead with rustic. And these are the images that come along with that vibe.
Location flow to get started.
And so now we are on the page in which we are going to generate the different scenes of our wedding. And so let's start with ceremony. So let's take as our venue image for the ceremony, this one. And we can choose from a vibe board. Let's say we'd like this image and you, and then maybe this one. And now we're going to send that information to the model. And so in real time, this is interacting with the OpenAI image generation model to generate an original scene for our wedding ceremony. The wait time will be 50 seconds.
Yeah. And I think an important consideration here is because we are targeting the planners. So they're going to have a little time to generate these things and then show their clients. So we are optimizing for cost and accuracy over the response rate for this. We also can tell it's working, actually hitting that model given the target. And on that first screen, I'll mention with the venue selection, it also was prioritizing which venue was best for you, not only based on your input, but based on the ratings and rankings as well. So I'll give another minute here. Lots of anticipation.
When it's loading, maybe you guys
All
can
right,
go
so
over
yeah, so there we have it. It's incorporated
Okay.
the location and then, of course, all the elements we selected. So very quickly, I'm going to generate some more scenes. So let's go ahead and say we'd like to generate cocktail hour. And so for that image, let's choose this one. And then let's go to the vibe board and see what do we want in the cocktail. We want this image, and then we want some alcohol, obviously. Let's go ahead and send that to the model.
Have this nice rooftop, which is part of our venue. So you can do our cocktail hour up there. And so a lot of the strategy behind this, which we'll talk about in lessons learned after this demo, is about the prompting. So a big component of the design here is that prompt, as we've been learning. So to get it to a realistic, to get also all the images that go into this, get them on the right sizing, get things kind of interpreting things right based on the event and the portion of the event that you're choosing. So those are all active in our prompt. So you could choose a different type of event, you could choose a different type of portion of that event, but this all goes into having prompts that can adjust. So to our cocktail hour, we should add some music to the app, I think.
All right, so as you can see, it's incorporated both the location and the elements that were chosen, the alcohol and then the plant. And so finally, we're going to quickly generate the reception and look at the entire storyboard. So for the reception, we're going to go ahead and choose, this is the location image. And then from the vibe board, let's say we'd like this floral element. And then we'd also like this table element. And send that information to the model.
And right now we support 3 scenes per event is what our current support has.
Ten minutes is up. You have 5 more minutes to finish up. At the same time, when it's generating, I have a suggestion for your team. Maybe you can start talking about other elements like lesson learned, different things, and then jump back to here when it's generating.
Oh, got it. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so it incorporated all the elements, and then we have the entire 3 scenes from our wedding, as you can see. Thank you for watching our demo.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. Jason, why don't you take it away with tech stack and lessons learned?
Yeah, in terms of our tech stack, we use external APIs using Google Place for venues and Pixel for our vibes images. And in terms of our client UI, we use the Next.js plus TypeScript for our front end. And in terms of AI services, we use the ChatGPT image one for our image generation model and VO3 model for our video generation, which is coming soon. And in terms of our backend, we use the Python services with Fast API and storage and observability. We use Firebase Data Connect and storage and Firebase performance monitoring. Next slide. Yeah, so in terms of our challenges and key learnings, we have 4 points. So number 1, AI needs constraints. So free-form prompt yields unstable outputs. Structure inputs such as time, event type, and vibes are critical for qualities. And in terms of second point, we have model evolves quickly. So in the beginning, we use DALL-E for our image generation. So we change it to ChatGPT image one, and we found that smaller mini models are often cost effective without compromising, and also without risk and compromising quality outputs. And third point, we have feedback loops are essential. So golden stats and structure evaluation are necessary to ensure outputs meets professional standards. And finally, strategic AI integration. So use only AI only when it truly adds values. Standard function and API calls are reliable and predictable, avoiding drifting or hallucination. All right, next slide. I'll pass it back to Rebecca.
Yeah, and so we have plans for our journey ahead. First is adoption, and then we'll work on monetization, and then we'll finally work on scale. So there's a few bullet points underneath there. But then finally, I just want to wrap it up to the all-stars that made this all happen. We have a team of designers, engineers, and product managers. So big shout out and cheers to the entire team and for all the efforts here. So, and we have, make sure everyone's presented. So thank you.
You guys have 2 minutes for Q&A. This is the first thing actually finish early. Good job. Good job. 2 minutes Q&A. That's perfect. Actually, it's very cool. You can generate stuff like that. Actually, very cool, actually. Very cool. Anyone have any other questions? All right. So your team did a good job, and image generation with us overlay on each other actually is pretty tough right now. Because I play with those images, sometimes it doesn't give you exactly what's looking for. Question to you guys: when you create this specific product, you said generating lots of prompts, right? Can you give us top 3 prompts that you want other people to take away, so that when they prompt AI to give the right outcome, what kind of prompts, example prompts, they should take on, so they give you the right response?
Yes. So we had a prompt about realism. So you can choose, so you don't get anything that looks like a cartoon or something like that. So you need to make sure it's realism. There's also prompting about the size of your image output. So if you put that in, it's just more consistent across the board, especially when you have a storyboard and you want it to have the, you don't want one to be too big versus the other scene. Third one. See if I come up with a third one. We had you have to be explicit about specifics to the exact scene itself. So it has to be a combination of being flexible, but also being explicit. So you have to have descriptions for those specific scene elements. Those would be my 3 tips.
Very cool. Very cool. Actually, that's very insightful, because I talked to some designers, they find it really hard to actually give the exact what you want. They have lots of prompt generation. Yeah. Very cool. Good job. Good job, you guys. By the way, several team, Divaka's team, which is the women Kyrah AI, and many teams already put the link in the Zoom chat. People can directly test out if you want to. Everyone else, if you want other people to use and test out, put in Discord channel called Go-to-Market Strategy, GTN hashtag Go-to-Market Strategy. Put there, everyone should start to sign up and use, which is the purpose of creating something, have real users. And then provide feedback as well. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. Of course, if everything works, everyone become billionaire. Creating AI right away. Okay, so it is a good learning curve for everybody. But without further ado, next team, we have the sequence. Do next team knows there? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, Sweta, can you open the PowerPoint? Okay, great. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Karan, and we are excited to introduce our app, Local Genie AI. Behind this vision is a dedicated group of developers, designers, product managers, and our mentor, Yuri, who all work together to bring Local Genie to life. So the problem statement is basically, what are we trying to solve here? So when people are deciding to move to a place, to a new location, or they're relocating, or even planning a trip, the process feels overwhelming. They jump between travel sites, Google Maps, travel websites, school ratings, property sites, things like that, and they still end up with a very fragmented picture. And then now we do also have tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, which are great in pulling up all the information. They do give you answers, but those answers are not very cohesive or structured in a way that helps with decision making. Also, those answers are not very specific to your personalization or to your needs. So you do get a lot of information, but it's very hard to act upon it and make a quantifiable decision based on the data that you get. So what happens as a result? People often make decisions that they later regret. Around 40 million people, Americans, relocate every year, and most of them end up being unhappy with their choice. They regret it's too costly. They spend a lot of money, thousands of dollars in that move. And it's not only it takes a toll emotionally, financially, but it's just a lot of stress. So here's where Local Genie comes, and and for the solution statement, I would pass it on to Soumya to.
Thank you, Karan. Hi everyone. Meet our Local Genie, your multimodal AI assistants. Like as Karan stated the problem, we are here to solve your issue. Like ours is a multimodal interaction. It's like you talking to your friend. You can either talk or type. We know you better, so we depersonalize. Like we will give the outputs according to your budget, your family needs, your lifestyle. So we know you better, and also like we will provide the smart comparison tools wherein you can side by side do comparison to choose which neighborhoods or which place would be better for you based on your preference. So you can actually compare the places and compare the neighborhoods also if you are relocating. And our app also has the snapshot cards where you can get the instant one screen local overviews with essential details of the place and also easy access to explore more about that places also. And we do have the community reviews, the community powered location tagged reviews recommending the best choices for your living, working or visiting. And you can instant action like you can navigate, book or save or share in one tab. And we also have the season aware planning like stay informed about the local events, closures and any recommendation for the best places for you to move or visit. So we are solving your problem, giving the personalized inputs for you, which will help you for better decision making process. And can you go to the next slide? Okay, here are our target customers. When we started, we targeted a lot of customers for our MVP, like relocating families, travelers and gig workers, students and real estate professionals. But you know what? Be restrained to the relocating families because that's one of the person even I can consider myself when I am relocating. When families relocate, they just not move their houses, they move their lives. So they have to look for multiple sites. There will be conflicting inflow everywhere. You have to maintain a lot of spreadsheets to do research and to do comparison and all. And you have, if you are moving with the kids, you have to look for some good schools, right, and neighborhoods and safe area for your kids. So among all our target customers we have in the market right now, we have chosen for our MVP as relocating families as the main persona, and our MVP is focused on that. So I'm going to hand over to Sweta to show our product highlight live demo, how Local Genie is solving your problem.
Okay. Can you all see my screen, right? The demo screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sweta.
Thanks, Soumya. Now let's see. Let's consider our user persona, Sarah. Let's see how Local Genie helps her to help her make her decisions to move to Portland. Here's the situation. Sarah recently got a job at Nike's office in Portland, and she wants to move there with her family. Let's see why. 1 second. Okay. All right. Now, Sarah chooses relocating because she's trying to relocate to Portland. Now, let's use our voice mode and see all she needs to say is, okay, I love this time. I am planning to move to Portland, Oregon. Okay, 1 second. I am planning to move to Portland, Oregon. Okay, so now Local Genie tells her about a brief description about Portland and how it is a family-friendly city and about the public transport. Now, let's say her budget is 3,000.
So, Shweta, can you just zoom in a bit?
Zoom.
Yeah, you can just.
You can click on the 3 dots on the home on the top right. And then.
Is this better?
Yeah, this is better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better.
Okay. Now let's say her preference is an urban vibe. And now Local Genie suggests her, came up with some recommendations, and it is asking, do you want me to show the neighborhoods? And if you say yes, Local Genie now provides Sarah with 4 recommended neighborhoods with images. It is thinking based. Let's see. Okay, here we go. We have 4 different neighborhoods that are suggested by Local Genie to Sarah. Now let's explore. Let's go and check in about Pearl District, what this neighborhood has to say. Once she clicks on view details, it tells a little bit brief description. Local Genie describes Pearl District here, and it tags about what are the main characteristics of that this neighborhood. Safety rating, average schools, average rent, and the commute time. Now, let's say if Sarah wants to compare Pearl District with other neighborhoods, right? So she can go ahead and compare Pearl District with North Portland. She can also choose any other neighborhood that she wants to compare. So if you see, she's able to compare 2 neighborhoods directly about the walk score, public transit, average age of restaurants, number of, the overall score, parks and green spaces, and it is also showing the recommendation here. Now, if we go back to the screen, if we go back here to Pearl District, you see if let's say now Sarah wants to explore more about Pearl District, she can go here and she can see all the different types of groceries, foods and drinks, schools, parks, and other activities. Now, she can also filter by what she is particularly interested in. Let's say she is interested in Japanese food and she wants to see if there are any Japanese restaurants in that neighborhood. Now, she can type it to filter to her preferences. She can type here whatever preference she has. And Local Genie kinds of, filters to her preference. And she can also go ahead and check where is this location, all the restaurants. Now, going back, this is how she can explore all the amenities. Now going back to the chat, let's say she is not happy with with these results and she wants to see more or tailor her preferences. So let's say no. Are you satisfied with the results? No. Now let's say I want goods school districts with closer commute to Nike's office. Now, Local Genie provides her with either new recommendations that match, or maybe some of the old recommendations do match always. So now Local Genie came up, if you see, with a different set of neighborhoods that match. Some could be same, but some might change. Then now, once we say we are satisfied, it will ask us what you would like to do next. We can either start over that or continue with the chat here.
10 minutes up. You guys need to speed up. But this is very fun.
So the last thing is she can also go here and put in her profile, and then the chat will save her history, and based on her context, recommendations are generated. So this is how Sarah can do everything all in one place, look at different neighborhoods, explore there and compare and take a decision quicker without going through Excels or multiple websites. Thanks. Now I'll stop the demo and I'll hand it over to Aniket. Or sorry, Karan. Yeah.
So we kept our system architecture very simple. Basically, we have a front end which is built on React and Tailwind. The heart of our processing is done by an AI engine, which is basically fast API and GPT-4 that's used for intent recognition, routing decision, context gathering, even for the guardrails that we have developed. That's all being processed here. We have a couple of APIs also that we have integrated. One is the Google API and the other is Radar. Google is used, if you saw between Explore mode, the locations or the restaurants it gives is based on Google API. It tries to figure out the distance and give that information. Radar API is used in those summary cards where you saw the walkability and transit scores, how far is it from downtown and things like that. For storing the user preferences, we use MongoDB. Basically whatever the profile that you saw is being stored there. Even the chat history is being stored in MongoDB. So any chats that you do get stored there, and the user can go back and refer to those or continue on those chats. For security, we use JSON and web tokens. Okay.
Yeah.
So regarding the tech stack, as mentioned in the system architecture, most of the things are listed here. I just want to call out Whisper that we use for the voice, that basically converted the text to voice and vice versa. And for deployment, we use Render and GitHub. We did try a few other, we did try Vercel as well, but that didn't work for us. And so that's what we went with. And I would like to especially call out the designers. They did an awesome job in creating all the UIs. However, some of the UIs we could not bring it to life because of the time constraint and the complexity in developing and building the backend for that. But this is the UI screen that we have, and in a future, in our roadmap, we plan to incorporate these UIs as required. So with that, I'll pass it on to Aniket, who'll talk about challenges and lessons learned.
Yeah. Hey, hi everyone. Yeah, thanks, Karan. So yeah, some of the challenges that we faced during the entire process was, first of all, conflict management. This is mainly when the ideas clashed. What we did is, like, we went back to what is the clear goal and clear target audience and what is good for the business and the users. That's how we resolve those conflicts. Prioritization, initially we tried to build the app for everyone. It was not working, and it also would have limited our scope to test. So then we focused only on relocating family persona. This will also help us to go have a very smooth GTM going forward. Coordination, since like there are 3 or 4 time zones involved in our team, what we decided to have like a sprint meeting at one point in a day, wherein some can provide the things that they have done throughout the day, and the others can can tell the things that they will be doing going throughout the day. The fourth is like the prompt engineering, context engineering. I'm sure like everyone must have faced this challenge. This is like tweaking the prompt, failing to get the correct output, and then again retweaking the prompt, giving it more context just to get the right output that we need. LLM latency, as you have also noticed in the app, sometimes the output takes time to generate. So we are still fixing it, to be honest. We are using caching and reducing the model size, using different models,
Time is
different
up. 30
architecture for
seconds.
the
Wrap
models.
up, please.
And the last is like the data consistency, wherein we are planning to create a single standardized layer so that we have consistent data across. So yeah, I mean, like, that's it from our side till now, and that is a wrap up from our side. I think, Karan, we can just go to thank you, like the
If
last
we
one.
don't have enough time, we have the GTM and the roadmap as well. So Dr. Nancy, would you like us to go with that?
No,
quickly,
we're out
or?
of time.
Okay.
We're out of
Yeah.
time. Feel free to put whatever remaining information in the GTM channel. That's where we help you to grow and launch your product. But this is very exciting. I think this will have easier user adoption. I want to use it for my
Yeah.
explore different things, because your city itself is pretty big. Even stay in your current one without relocation is fun. But I'm looking for more schools for my kids. So I think this one will have easy adoption. Good job, guys. And also the
Thank
UI, everything. The designer did do a good job. Very cool.
Yep,
Okay.
they really did.
You picked the right team. Good job, team. Next one. Next team. Who is next? Ziyuan, is yours the next? Yours is the final one.
Sorry to cut you off. I think EchoLab is next.
EchoLabs. Yeah, go ahead. The AI hypothesis one, A/B testing one. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll begin by sharing my screen. Hopefully you guys are able to see my screen. I'll let Nicole take it off.
Hi, everyone. We are EchoLab, so formerly known as the AI Hypothesis Generator. So our goal is to help product managers, which is our target customer, turning their customer feedback into testable hypothesis for A/B testing in under 48 hours. Next slide. So the current problem, right, is a lot of the customer feedback that are stuck in the backlog. Yeah, so only 5% actually are translated into A/B tests. So 95% of the customer feedback are actually stuck in the backlog, and we believe that it's a gold mine for a lot of corporate innovation ideas. And secondly, is currently very hard to triage. It's a very, very manual process. So we want to incorporate AI to streamline that. Next slide. So our target audience is growth managers and product managers. So this is a very, very manual process. It typically takes 4 to 6 weeks to triage, meaning that we need to classify whether it's a bug or it's a feature request, right? So it's a very, very manual process. And we know that from that time, any delay would, translate to millions of dollars in ARR. So we need to streamline that to really bring up the bottom line for the corporations. Next slide. So for our solution, we want to first auto triage using clustering and classification, which we'll elaborate in a second. And the solution, instead of going to ChatGPT, right, just randomly, hey, solve my problem, right, give me a hypothesis, right? Our value add is actually the RAG, meaning that we have like a very extensive knowledge base based on the B2B industry. So very credible sources like academic papers, B2B industry case studies, industry articles, best practices. So instead of just using ChatGPT, right, they can tap into all these resources before generating the third step, the hypothesis. So it's much more informed than using ChatGPT alone. And then fourth would be after generating that hypothesis, we integrate downstream into Growthbook, Statistic, and all the A/B testing platform. Next slide. So this is the workflow. So first, we ingest the tickets from ticketing platforms such as Zendesk and all other platforms. Right now, we focus on Zendesk for now. And the second step is to classify whether it's a bug. You can just fix it, right? So we are not looking into those, but also whether it's a feature request, right? When the solution is not clear, that's when we can test it out, A/B test it. Third would be clustering. So we cluster similar tickets, so we don't look at each one of them and provide a solution, but like a cluster is much more time and resource effective. Then fourth would be tapping into our proprietary RAG knowledge base that I just mentioned. After that, we'll generate a hypothesis for A/B testing. And lastly, would be pushing downstream into the A/B testing platform. So that's the end-to-end. Right now, it's entirely manual. We do not see any similar competitor doing this entire end-to-end flow. Next slide.
Hi, everyone. So I'll take on high level the architectural diagram. If you can, okay, I'll read from here. So basically, as Nicole mentioned earlier, we start from the support tickets, which is the data ingestion layer. And then, oh, thank you very much. We start from the support ticket, which is the data injection layer. And then basically, this is where we connect an API to Zendesk or to other ticketing platform. And there's the pre-processing NLP, which helps us separate, classify, and cluster. Which helps us which helps us clean out the data to remove, pleasantries, hello, customer service, and all that. And then from that, there's a data output, which, as I mentioned, it cleans the data and then it's stored in the data DB. And from that, it moves to the data lake. Here, raw tickets have been cleaned, and then and stored in a JSON format in the vector database. After the data lake, it moves to the AI processing engine. This is where it does the classification and clustering. Here, we primarily classify tickets into feature upgrades or bug. If it's a bug usually are defects. Well, they have their, you troubleshoot and then you fix. However, for feature upgrades or for feature requests, this is where the A/B testing, or this is where we need hypothesis. And then it runs back to the clustering where all the similar types of tickets are being clustered. And then it runs through the rack process, which Nicole mentioned earlier. And then after that, we generate hypothesis. From the hypothesis generation, which is the last stage, which is the output, our hypothesis typically come out in a if Y, then X because Z said so, which is usually the customer. This is typically the process. First of all, it prioritizes the hypothesis, gives us a couple of hypotheses, which you're going to see in the demo. And then we also go further to provide a couple of variants for you to also test, like A and B variants. And finally, you get your hypothesis dashboard and the integration. And below you have the feedback loop, which is like the next stage of what we're going to do. It's currently not available in the MVP. So we can move to the demo right now.
Yeah. Hey guys, I can go over the demo right now as to how our platform actually integrates all of this. The user would come to our page and they would sign up, create an account, whether if it's through Google or email and password. Upon doing so, then they are taken to the screen that where they have to input the information such as the company they work for, the company who is using it, and then the role such as the developer. And then if they click continue, this connects to the Zendesk platform. Basically, Zendesk is a platform that hosts a various amount of tickets, basically user complaints. It's a really popular platform used by lots of companies. And upon connecting there, they are able to select a date range to fetch the latest tickets from. Due to time constraint, we'll come back to this. It takes some time to sync. But if you go to another user that's already logged in, you can see that they have 74 tickets ingested in. And from those 74 tickets, we have 40 pain points generated. These pain points are generated by clustering similar tickets together. So if you take a look at if you go to dashboard, just as we saw, you can see the statistics. And then if you go to the pain points page, you can actually see all of the pain points that are offered here that are generated. So essentially, if they click on one of the pain points, they're able to see the title of the theme of the pain point and then the summary. And then they're also able to see all of the tickets that are similar to each other that have been grouped together. Essentially, if you want to cluster the tickets together so that there's no repetition of the same issues, and upon clicking generating hypothesis, this would generate a hypothesis to the RAG process in the background with our rich B2B context base. And it would generate in a format that's easier for the user to understand, if then format. So if we upgrade the data analytics platform to enhance scalability, then investments, optimization, efficiency will improve. And then we have multiple hypotheses generated. And for each hypothesis, we have 2 variants or more variants generated. So these variants are basically what the user can test out to see which one has more success metric. And they're able to select which metric they can test out on. In the inspiration, we also have the inspiration where we got the information to generate this hypothesis from, which is from our RAG hypothesis base, but we also give them the ability to look at it. And then upon clicking on the hypothesis they want to push to growth book, this would take them to the Growthbook page. Growthbook is a platform that allows for the user to test out or experiment with various hypotheses and to see the different success metrics, right? So over here you have a description, you have the name of your theme over here, and then you can see that there's multiple variations, right? The variation that we just saw, variation 0 is the base variation, which is the main variation that is used for testing. And then this is the second variation. There's a 50% split. So they're able to allocate the amount of users to different to different variants. So 50% of the users are tested on this feature, 50% of users are tested on this variant, and then they're able to see the test success metric. And then this automates the whole process of creating experiments, so the analyst doesn't have to do it. And upon creating an experiment, they are able to create the experiment, and it's live with just a simple process. It didn't even take that long. That's kind of like where we stand on, right? We also have the highlight where the 7 features and 1 bugs. So the user is able to know how many, like which tickets are counted as bugs or which tickets are counted as features. If we go back to the first user and if we click start sync, this would start bringing in the tickets. I think we chose 90 days from the past 90 days from Zendesk platform integrated into this. And as you can see, it's going to take some time, but you can see the beginning of the process. And once this finishes, it will take them back to their own page over here, the dashboard page. And that's really like where we stand out on. We save time and we have so much more context base that provides clarity upon the user. And then that's it for the demo. Going back to the slideshow.
Already past 10 minutes and I reset timer. You have 3 minutes left for the remaining slides or questions.
Gargi, you can go ahead with challenges.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ed. So there are a few challenges and lessons that we actually learned while implementing it. We had to make some tough calls in selecting the models, like balancing between the emitting speed, the accuracy, the vector dimension, and the chunking trade-offs. And also without kind of a deep ML engineering bench, right? We leaned into the LLM fundamentals like prompting, RAG, and evolution, acting as a bridge between the engineering and the business. For the context selection, we kind of shifted to blogs and tickets archives to surface patterns that actually move the needle. We integrated Growthbook to demonstrate real experimentation and traction. It's just not only theory. And for the data sourcing, it actually meant curating tickets that mirror everyday B2B pains. To earn the trust, we backed the answers with the RAG citations and the human-in-the-loop editor because trust is the vital as its accuracy. Right. In a shiny object AI market, right, we stayed anchored to one problem, turning feedback into testable hypothesis. And like any early startup, we kind of wore many hats, the GTMs, demos, pilots, while shipping the products. Next slide, please, Shad. Now, I would like to kind of introduce our wonderful team behind the EchoLab. So in EchoLab, we are not just building another tool, we are solving the universal pain of the slow scattered feedback analysis. And our leadership team of product professionals, it kind of brings deep B2B SaaS and AI product expertise, shaping the vision, roadmap, and the drag-driven architecture. The PMs focus on the backbone data pipeline, processing engine, and model optimization, so the insights are reliable and scalable. We are also powered by 3 brilliant designers who craft a seamless experience across dashboard, ebooks, and web front ends, making complex AI workflow intuitive. Next slide, please. On the build side, we have a backend lead with 6 engineer crews that runs the data ingestion, hypothesis generation, and the API microservices, while our front-end and full-stack engineers ship polished interfaces and seamless integration. Across data science, we kind of tune models, vectorize the signals, and optimize the RAG for the accuracy. Together, we turned the raw feedback into testable, actionable insight, fast, reliable, and beautifully executed. This fusion of product vision, design, excellence, engineering depth, and AI innovation actually ensures EchoLab doesn't just manage the feedback, it transforms into a testable hypothesis with speed and confidence. Next slide, please.
So guys, if you're ready to turn your customer noise into growth experiments, please reach out to us. You can book a demo with us, or you can register for first easy access or early access to our to the platform. I see someone is already interested, so Rebecca, you can reach out to us. Thank you very much.
Actually,
so I think yeah, go ahead.
I think it's a very impressive B2B offer. Solve a real problem. Let's really, you guys should give a try for GTM. At least as a PMs, we can start using it right now. At least your classmate can start using it. I think that very strong product market fit. Good job. I think what you're lacking, just go out, have people using it. I think very strong value proposition. Anyone have any questions? 30 seconds left. If not, good job, everybody. And then the final team, I believe, is Zhiyuan's team. I think this one team hasn't presented yet.
Yes. Sorry, we almost missed this registration, honestly.
Yeah, people need to RSVP so that you get your slot. Okay, but I believe your team is the last one. Let's go. Very exciting. Let's go. All team,
Okay.
good job, by the way. Rebecca, you did good job in terms of cheering everyone up. That's a team spirit. Good job, by the way. Everyone did a great job. You got pull it off. Very good. Your design, many designers did good job this time. This is very like enterprise ready stuff. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So we basically record our presentation. Yeah. So I will just play while I'm sharing my screen.
How long your presentation? 12 minutes. Can you do 1.2 speed? Whatever. 1.12.
It's 1.5 already.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go. We cannot hear you for some reason.
Cannot hear me?
You can, yeah, no. You can stop sharing, and when you choose to share your screen again, choose share sound on Zoom.
Okay.
Choose share sound.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody, you should put all your GTM plan and links for people early adopter test, everything in the go-to-market strategy channel. Is I think many of those, or you can collect early adopters. Say, hey, you're ready.
Oh, okay.
Sign up form, whatever. Many product I think has a strong product market fit. Good job.
All right. Let me try again.
What should I do today? This is probably the first question you're going to ask yourself when you wake up.
Can you guys
Good
hear
morning
that?
and welcome. Today, we're here to introduce our product, Synchra, an AI agent tool that makes your daily planning easier.
As Steve mentioned, there are overwhelming challenges professionals face today, such as managing a barrage of emails, scheduling conflicts, and the struggle to really maintain a healthy work-life balance. There are tools that exist today that are kind of siloed, and they don't customize for the user need and bring together different aspects such as the weather, your wellness factors into a single tool that is smart enough. We propose a voice-enabled agentic AI-based assistant, Synchra, that really unifies personal and professional schedules while considering wellness and weather factors. We have identified 4 key personas, including working moms and students, working professionals. For example, as a working mom who's struggling to really balance work and family and kids schedule, how can you give her a tool that would be smart enough to look at various different schedules, weather and wellness, and then tell you the list of things and then when to do what on a day-to-day. For the intelligence where you don't have to spend time figuring all this out, the assistant will give you the most optimal schedule that then you just need to follow. That's our end goal here.
The Navo agent solution is resolving multiple pain points. Long messages take too long time to review. Work and personal schedules often clash, leading to stress and burnout. Existing productivity tools don't adapt to real-time health or weather conditions. Our solution is email to action, converts emails into clear, actionable to-do lists and summaries. Smart task management auto-organizes tasks into calendar slots and adds labels to easy tracking. Seamless integration, unique adaptive daily plan, adjust work and personal tasks based on health and weather insights. The values the Revo agent solution delivers is save time, focus only on what matters, skip the clutter, reduces stress, balances planning, prevents burnout, never miss out, prioritizes tasks, ensures deadline and opportunities aren't overlooked, and provides a truly personal solution. Unique daily plan that evolves with your lifestyle and environment. The Revo agent solution leverages the following technologies: free data flow layers, Gmail, AI scheduling agent ingests inbound emails and converts them into task, meeting requests, and scheduling intents. Fit Health provides health signals that inform daily capacity, ideal time blocks, and rest recommendations. Weather Service allows the agent to adjust scheduling for outdoor activities and commute-sensitive events based on current and forecast conditions. And Google Calendar used to provide schedule availability and write conform events with reasoning metadata. To ingestion connector, MCP Connect. This connector provides a standardized capability for email data ingestion between external email services and scheduling agents. An API connector, an open programmatic interface used to ingest data from weather and health apps. Free AI ML models. The first one is BERT, which helps turn raw emails into structured scheduling signals, category priority, and task intents. Second is Pyro, used to decide when and how to schedule tasks under uncertainty scores from health and weather signals. And Schedule Optimizer is schedule a set of tasks into free time on a given day, avoiding calendar busy windows and enforcing a few simple time-based timing rules. Free databases. MongoDB is used to persist ingesting email data. It is a high-velocity unstructured database. PostgreSQL is a structured database used to persist weather and health ingested data. And ChromaDB is a vector database, supports embedding backend semantic search to enrich classification, summarization, and rationale. One large language model, OpenAI, natural.
Well, let's take a look at how our workflow is connected within this product architecture. To start, user inputs queries, such as what should I do today, through our agent portal. This prompt initiates our email to task schedule process. The agent firstly access all the client code, gather the external data through the MCP and the APIs. And then the data will be processed using our model and the algorithm. After that, it's going to be stored in our both structured and unstructured database. Next, the agent initiates the email to task steps, converting the email into the actionable task. And then the decision model will prioritize the task based on users' weather and health condition. Finally, the task will be scheduled into the variable calendar time slots using our optimizer. Let's take a look from our demo. Hello everyone, here's our demo session. Unfortunately, we won't be able to show you guys a live demo. We have a big failure of the integration at the end, so we won't be able to fully run our code. Instead, I still think it's worth to show the design as our team made a very good progress over there. So start from the sign up page. As a new user, you will create an account, either connect with your Google or create your own with your own emails. And once you and you're gonna receive the confirmation. And then you're gonna go to the 4 steps of the onboarding section, and then you're gonna input your name and your age group and your occupation. And at this moment, you can also connect with your app if you currently have them, because those apps can help you to make the better decision automatically. Let's skip for now. All right, let's come to the homepage. So in this section, you can see like the homepage entirely consists of the 2 parts. On your right-hand side is our main page. You can ask a question by type or by talk to the agent, so that agent will give you the response and show over here. And as you can see, like you can also add additional email account to combine all the email you want for the agent to process for you. On the left-hand side, you can see those are the form section that allows you quickly access the information you want. In the setting, you can edit your personal information and can quickly switch your agent preference as well. And in here, you can also add your app at this moment. So once we type, what should I do today? You will be able to see the dashboard. Obviously, it's kind of like giving you to summarize your weather, to summarize your health score from yesterday, and as well as the dashboard for the email acquisition. In the email insight, it kind of gives you what kind of email you received based on our model. It classifies into the work and personal, and you can see the overview of the email. If you're interested about the details, you can click here to quickly access back to your original email app. And on the to-do list, it's after you make after the decision model made the progress, you can see how the schedule goes, and this would also link with your calendar available time slots. All right, so that's it for the overview of our product. Unfortunately, we didn't meet our MVP goal. We concluded into 5 main reasons. The first one is everyone working in a different time zone. As a result, it's very difficult for each other to get in touch. Second, is the scope of the project might be too large for 6 weeks. Thirdly, I believe most of people are very new to the development for the software, especially like AI agent is a very different software structure. Fourthly, is PM is lack of the active facilitation, and the user story we made is not really clear enough, so which causing the slow of the progress. Yeah, and the fifth, last but not least, is contributor randomly dropped. We have actually 2 people left us during the development. So what we learned from this kind of experience is a strong coordination and a better development environment are essential for a global team. Second is we need a structured framework to boost efficiency, such as a GeoSpring or more better method for the development. Certainly, is a product goal should align with the developers' skill levels, and the product manager must actively facilitate execution and enforce the coding standards. And lastly, like we need to have the clear accountability and the commitment structure. Otherwise, like people would not treat it seriously. All in all, I'm still gonna shout out to my team. Thank you, everyone, and thanks for this joining our presentation. Yeah, that's all.
Cool. Good job for the presentation. And even if you guys, the integration is lacking, you guys still pull it off and try to give a demo and show the latest progress. And good job. Regarding the integration element, Anil Thomas is able to get you additional help to finish up the front and back end integration, because we do want to see this end to end. And also, you're right, AI agent is very new. It's probably very brand new experience for everyone to develop AI agent right now. So let's finish up. Anil will help you. We have more developers to hire for the next cohort, but we can assign them to you early. Okay, cool. Yeah, lots of good features, actually. I agree. Lots of good features. Sounds like it's more integration, right?
Yeah. Actually, the integration is more like because everyone working piece by piece, and not everyone follow with our standards. So by the end of the day, everyone write randomly, and it's very difficult for our lead developer to integrate the entire code to everyone's code together. So that's why it's causing the issue. Yeah.
Help me to write up something like standard whatever, so we can pass along to future cohort. I think this is something we can reinforce at the beginning as well. Anyone you have like team management feedback, please send over to Anil Thomas, because he manage all the interns and developers, and people all come from great intent. They want to finish as well. However, because they don't have the right standard or different things. So let's try to avoid this for future cohort. At the same time, Anil will help you. We'll look into what's going on and then figure out how we can get you additional resources to finish up. But very close, very cool stuff actually. Cool. All right. So now I do have a hard stop at 12:30, which means PM EST, which means it has 15 minutes, exact 15 minutes for our final team. Last but not least, everyone make sure remember to vote your top teams. The link is in Zoom chat we shared earlier. Hold on. I believe there is the kids. There's one team left. Hold on. There's someone just ping me saying that they're gonna go last.
I think it was Independent Kids, Irene.
Oh, yes. So I'm actually joining from my phone, so I'll have another team member to do the screen sharing. So Navpreet, can you share a screen like on the presentation first? We'll show the presentation and then do the demo like afterwards. Okay, so I'll get started. Hi everyone. So we are team 18 on the Independent Kids team. So we've built a safe like AI-powered carpooling platform that helps parents coordinate rides for their kids with trust and ease. And then this is our problem statement. So dual-income families are overloaded. After-school pickups and activities often conflict with work hours. And right now, coordination is very complicated and chaotic. So parents often rely on group chats and last-minute favors from their friends and family. So the existing services don't really make it as well. Like Uber isn't really designed and integrated for kids, especially from the safety side. And then it also lacks schedule flexibility and doesn't really solve the trust gap between families. So this is our product Jumping. Our target users are busy dual-income parents who simply don't have time to manage daily transport, and the safety-cautious families who need verified trusted partners, community-minded parents who are open to driving or supporting others, especially if there's a reward system building to create incentives. Our vision and solution is to make kids' mobility safe, efficient, and community-driven. And the Independent Kids app delivers AI-powered couple matching based on the preferences, proximity, and trust scores. And we also provide dynamic scheduling that can adapt to last-minute changes in work and activities. We also have built-in trust and safety protocols. This hasn't been like integrated yet, but then we plan to do this later. Things like ID verification, like license checks, and real-time tracking with API integration. And then last but not least, we'll provide a reward system through small business partnership like later on once our product evolves. So driving other people can also earn credits toward tutoring, sports, and classes, and provide the incentives to grow the user database. And then can you move on to the next page? Maybe go to next page, sorry. We can go back to go-to-market later. This is the system design and AI logic overview. So in the front end, we have React web app with a chatbot UI for flexible onboarding and scheduling. And then in the back end, the core like AI pieces are AI matching based on trust score, like user preferences, proximity, and schedules. And then we also have dynamic like logic building. So in case AI matching failed, we can also suggest backup drivers. And the dynamic scheduling. So we have a calendar like created, and this integrate with Google Calendar for real-time like adjustments. And then later on, we're going to like evolve the trust layer for ID, like actual ID, like license and verification. Currently, it's more just like the user need to provide all the information. And then other features like that's in progress are OCR based, like schedule uploader. And then we have also built the explanatory like matching rationale in the backend. And the rights like verification will also coming soon later on. Can you go to the next page? So this is just like a whole overview like of the ecosystem like features we have already like work in progress built, and the additional features we plan to build in the future phases. I wouldn't spend too much time like diving into this due to time constraint, but next we're going to show you like the live demo. So yeah, just want to give like a disclaimer. So basically we ran into the same like resource issue like as the last team. One like core backend developer quit like 2 weeks ago, like due to health issues. So it took us some time to find replacement and for the new team to like adjust and learn everything about the product and work collaboratively. Given that like we also didn't finish the full like end-to-end integration, but a core like improvement we made in this wave is like we created like all the front end stuff based on like the UI from Figma, and then also advance like all the AI features in the back end. So it's more like a matter to integrate all the pieces together now. And then in this demo, you can see here like this is how the product gets like signing. Like the user can create an account, and then later we can allow like social signing, so they can use their Google account to like log in. So now the user's created and stored in the backend. Next piece would be like onboarding. So we designed 2 onboarding paths. One is the standard form-based onboarding for simple information. And then alternatively, since our platform is more complex and really based on the parents' like preferences, so we have another AI like chatbot created to make the experience more interactive and can show like parents instructions in case they haven't thought about like any like key concerns and preferences like listed on the form. So this is the form-based onboarding that Navreet is showing right now. And then later we haven't actually like integrated the AI chatbot into this product front end. but we have a recorded video of chatbot of onboarding, so we'll show that piece in a separate video recording.
Information, let's enter the information. Let's say I want to add my daughter, so yep. So I can either type next or read the next to confirming the summary that's going on. The bot wants to know more about the school location. Let's say, yep, this. All right, it took a note of the school address. Let's go next, and it says, we could add the activity details. So she has a violin class, and yes, I would like to share the ride. It's asking if it's split or rotational arrangement. Let's say rotation. You can confirm that. I can enter in any language, any natural language. So I would say, oh, looks like the API is done. It should be fine. Thursday. Yep. Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, it's asking for a time. Let's say I can pick up around this time. Yep, I confirm that. Let's say she does not like loud. Okay. No loud music, please. Okay, it took into summary music preference. That's good. That's about it. Then I'd like to end and review. Rule set. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so that's the chatbot's like demo, and then after like all the preference information have been like keyed in like by the user, those data will be stored like securely in the database, and then this the magic is going to happen in the backend. So AI engine will run in the background to suggest like drivers or couple partners based on like all the user inputs like availability and trust scores. And then it considers like preferences, availability, location, trust score, and then later on like the driver's like license and all those like security information will feed in like for the trust score layer and provides like trust percentage matching. So on this like drivers page, you can see the proposed match, or the previous page, you can see the proposed match with a percentage score. And then when we double click the driver, you can see the detailed information. And those are like AI generated profile summary. And this will evolve based on like additional rides the driver completes like in the future. And then we have also created the AI generated rationale explaining why this match is recommended, but this piece is not fully integrated to the front end yet. And then next we'll go to calendar view. So there's like a built-in calendar like in our product. This integrates with Google Calendar so parents can automatically see their like schedule and availability in the screen. And whenever they make changes to the Google Calendar, like scheduling, this will also get updated automatically. Another option is parents can upload their kid's schedule directly through OCR. So OCR can extract the data like from the image we uploaded to take the time and location and all those like activity information in this built-in calendar. So this would show like which slots the driver and parents available and what are the upcoming rides like for the driver. We also have both like driver and rider view. And then like afterwards, this is, sorry, can you go back to the other page where we can schedule recurring rides? Yeah. Okay, so on this rides page, parents can schedule recurring rides, like the soccer practice, like every Tuesday, for example. And then they can also do like one-time ad hoc rides. So this have been connected with another like API for map integration, like as an alternative for now, but like later we will integrate with Google Maps for all the like full functionalities like routing, like geolocation and other features. So the framework is in place, but the actual like ride and after ride, those are still like building progress. After the ride is scheduled, this is the homepage where you can have everything like in one glance. It's basically like a dashboard where you can see like all the ride history, like what are the active rides that's being scheduled. And then at the bottom, you will be able to see like the top match drivers, especially like the ones you have already like completed ride with. And then parents and riders, they also have the option to like message each other and coordinate. So this kind of concludes our demo. And this is where we are today, basically. Can you go back to the presentation?
We have 1 minute left. Okay, guys.
Okay, yeah, I'll quickly just conclude the challenges.
We have 1 minute left.
Okay, so can you go to the challenges page? Basically, like our core challenge is integration and also like resource coordination. So as I said, like our core developer kind of left like 2 weeks ago. So this set us back as we, it took us some time to like onboard and find a new replacement. And also like some of our members, they're all like students and new to integration and APIs and also working silo like in front end and back end. So that it took us longer to like piece things together like at the end and kind of rush it to the demo. I think one lesson learned is like I think it's better to start like integration early on, like when we like finish building like a single feature instead of like leaving this integration like in the second half of the project. And I think that's like a core lesson learned basically. And the next step for sure is just completing the front-end flow.
Good job, team. I do need to job. Congrats everybody, finish up all your demo, and our team is going to announce the top 3 teams. Everyone did a good job. Even if you see setbacks, I still see you guys push through. And if you see in a glance, higher, bigger picture, you will realize that, wow, I have done so much. And now we have like 5%, whatever left over, let's finish up. But the ones who are already ready for early adopter to test, make sure to put everything in the GTM channel. And it's very exciting for to use AI and many apps myself. I can start using it. I can see that. It's very exciting. Okay, great, cool. All right. So please, we're also our team also going to send out feedback, survey, and certification. Everything will be in the Discord channel announcement. Make sure to check it out. There was lots of logistics need to happen. And for people with interest in becoming a mentor, make sure to follow the instructions and also sign up for next cohort's mentor so that you can become the AI mentor and share your important learnings with others as well. Okay, good job, the team and mentors and existing mentors and my teams, designers, interns, and PMs as well. Awesome. Okay, good job, everybody. I do need a job. Talk soon. See you guys. Bye.